Like this. Really poor image right here. Okay. I'm live streaming. Yay! It's very loud, so I'm sorry. I'm gonna eat KFC at the station today. So let's see how fun it is. Let's see if it works. Oh, my live stream works. Yeah. Let's go to live chat. Hello, everyone. I'm at the station. Yeah. So, I'm eating lunch. I'm hungry. It's Sunday. It's a very busy day here. And we'll see how this goes. See if anyone comes and talks to me as well. So, it should be fun. So, you can't really see anything behind me, right? No copyright things. There we go. That's a little better. See my straw? My melon soda. Invert. I'm not used to it. So, I'm gonna eat me some KFC. Not sponsored, but I do love KFC. So they're Japanese. Very popular here. A little closer. There we go. Hold up. Ketchup. So, I'm gonna eat some food. I'm hungry. Questions, comments, concerns, please talk to me. Gotta love KFC. People that don't know this, if I'm not speaking loud enough, I'm sorry. In Japan, all you get is one thing of ketchup for an entire meal. They don't believe in using condiments. So if you like ketchup like me, not good in here in Japan. It's horrible. Especially if you like ketchup. Or salt or pepper or condiments of any kind. Even if it's boiled, there's still very little salt used. Very shameful. So... It's Sunday, the 21st of May, and I am sitting in Oita Station, if it doesn't show already in the chat. My day off. I'm going to try and do a live stream today. Maybe walk around. I'm eating first, but I'm seeing if anyone else can talk to me. It's an avid learning day. I don't have my focus here because I'm constantly looking around to make sure nothing crazy is going on around me. And no breakfast, so I'm starving. will tell you something very interesting about Japan. That the only day kids normally don't go to school in Japan is Sunday. Now that might seem kind of weird because you have Saturday off. They don't have to technically go to school on Saturday most of the times. But there is a sports festival that goes on once a year, and that is going on in most cities next week. So because of that, sorry, turn the volume up on here. Because of that, a lot of students are actually practicing today and yesterday. So a lot of students are getting ready for their sports meet. It's kind of like a track meet. If you know what that is, it's where you can go around and do physical events, obstacle courses, running, that kind of thing. It's really popular. It's only once a year in Japan. I don't know why, but it's once a year. And it's called a sports festival. It's really cool. I'd like to go to one and record one because I think it'd be amazing to watch. But not always the case. So, and for those who don't know, that's melon soda. Please try this. It's only in Japan too. You can go on Amazon and order this anywhere. It's great stuff. So, really cool. So, but very interesting. I'm getting looked at kind of funny by people that I'm talking to an iPad. So, but it's okay. I'm having fun. It's no work day, man. Who wouldn't be happy on a Sunday when you don't have to work? I literally just got knocked offline because of an ad, which drives me nuts. I haven't had one happen yet, so it might happen. I'm sorry. So if it does happen, let me know. So, whoa, it's not working right. Well, if you're talking, I can't register apparently because my phone doesn't want to talk to you, so I'm sorry. It's an avid attempt at trying. So. It says it's working, but it's really not. So. There we go. It didn't re-kick me again. It kind of fixed itself. So, sorry about that. Internet here is really good, but when you run certain apps on your phone, I'm running a program on my phone to do this. I mean, on my laptop, my iPad. So it's going to probably kick in and out a little bit here and there. So. Hopefully it'll stabilize. We'll see. Acting really weird now. I wonder why. So it shows I'm live, but I don't know if it's going to work live. It's an avid attempt. I at least say I tried. So, see how long this goes. So it's working again. So, how's everyone doing out there in the world who picks up on this channel? Food's really nice today. Crazy. A little different. For anyone who doesn't know, Uita is located in Kishu Island on the eastern coast. Normally, actually up towards the top. It's about a 24-hour boat ride from here to Osaka, and it's about a 2-hour bus ride, 2-hour train ride back to Fukuoka, where I was living up until about 8 weeks ago. So, a little far from civilization, you could say. Kind of a country town. Entertaining, but very different. Very cool. Japanese are a lot more friendly here than they were in Fukuoka, at least for sure. They're more interested in why I'm here. So, which is always fun. So it's a very interesting day. We'll see how the day goes. Should be interesting. People are trying to get by. Kind of interesting. It says offline again. My phone's fighting this whole process. I don't know why. Very difficult. Very relaxing day. You know, thank God. Live stream's offline, but it's still recording, so it's a little slow today. Very interesting. Apparently my live stream's going to have interruptions in it because the app I'm using likes to put in ads every so often. So it keeps kicking me offline about every 7-8 minutes. So we'll see how much this video I can get or resolve as now. But I had my melon soda and I ate my lunch. So we'll see how things progress today. Very interesting. Very busy in here today, actually. So lots and lots and lots of people. So I'll resume perfectly. Great job. Go me. So, but another day, another dollar. space. I'm sitting with one chair. Let's see. So I've been living in Japan for a year. I've been to Nagasaki, which there's a video online. I've been to Tokuyama. There isn't one for that. I've been to Karatsukunchi, located in Saga. I've been there. I went there for a festival. I've been living in Fukuoka, which a lot of videos are on my channel of Fukuoka, where I was, places I visited. Still a lot of things I missed, which I have to go back, kind of make a new video to update that kind of thing. Let's see. Since living here for a year, the biggest transitional change I would say for most people, I think, is getting used to the food and then getting used to the customs. So, customs here are a lot different when you eat, how you eat, especially in public if you make a lot of noise. It's a little different. So I'll try and keep the noise volume down just a little bit, just to be polite to everyone around me. But it is very loud here. So let's see. From the date of this live stream that you're all watching now, which everything will go together. It's kind of a pain if it keeps cutting out. But 6 days from now, the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie releases, and I will go see that in Japanese theaters, which, just for people that don't know, in Japan, you can't go see a movie in English here. It's just with Japanese subtitles. So it's a little difficult if there's something at the bottom of the screen. So it might make it a little hard to read sometimes, or you might miss some of the picturing because of the subtitles. It does happen. But it's also really cool to actually go to a Japanese theater, just because it's a lot of people in there. Very cool to kind of feel a different kind of environment. If you do go to the theaters in Japan, Toho cinemas I recommend. They're like everywhere, but they're a little expensive. They're about $20 to $25 a ticket, which is a lot more than you can pay anywhere I've been to in America. We complain about a $10 ticket. These people pay $20 to $30 for a ticket. God. It just depends on what you want to do, how you want to do it. Let's see. What else? That's going on currently. Just another day here. I keep saying that because there's not much of a transition on my days off. I normally go shopping. After shopping, then I go goof off online, and then I maybe go outside if it's nice, if it's not raining. Like today is a gorgeous day outside actually. I don't even want to be inside, but I can't get Wi-Fi anywhere else or doing anything else. So I posted again. So I'm gonna try and keep my live stream chat right here so I can see anyone who's talking or whatever else is going on. So we'll see how it responds, but this should be very entertaining for me. So there is something actually behind me to my left, a place that sells tapioca pudding drinks. And that sounds kind of gross, but it's also called bubble tea. And it's not bad actually, but you gotta be careful when you drink it, because you'll drink the little balls in it, and just get a part of the bubbles, or tapioca, and those can be really nasty. So you gotta be really careful when you drink them, because they will clog up your straw and everything else. So those kind of things. So you have to be a little careful. Let's see, besides that, there's not too much really going on in transition to that. Just the hiccups with the internet, with the app keep going crazy. But, let's see if I move it a little bit, no? So, but there is not much going on in Oita for when it comes to parties or festivities this week. Now, I heard that next week, I believe, there's a festival at a shrine very, very far from here. And I said, oh, that sounds wonderful, but it's an hour there, and it's like super, super small, so I don't think that's worthwhile to go. I want to see as much as I can, but if it's only just maybe one shrine and maybe 2 stores, I think that's not very comparable unless it's something extremely historic or significant to like Japan. Which most of the time, those kind of things are so small because they're local. And local is good, but at the same point, unless you're in that area, there's no point to go see it. And if you're in a general area like Oita or Fukuoka or Osaka, there's a lot to see and a lot to do, so you want to see as much as you can in that small time frame, in that little area of time, or that little span of time. Sorry, my English is fading. I've been here a year and I've started to lose some of my English. It's only natural, but it does happen, so you just have to play it as it goes. So, but that's all a part of it. It's very cool in Japan. I love it here. People here are very nice most of the time. People are always curious of what you're doing, especially being a foreigner. People are always like, what are you doing? They're looking at you funny and stuff, so it's always kind of interesting to see what's going on. Let's see. Probably the coolest thing I've done in the last, I would say 2 weeks, was all the videos I posted online of Umitamago, Monkey Mountain, Mount Takasaka Yama, and going to Otsuboro Falls. And when I was at Otsuboro Falls, it doesn't really show that well in the video, but there's a stone like this. If I can draw it better. Okay, so like this. Okay, it sits on the kind of like the outstretch over the waterfall, and those are normally held for people who maybe a famous monk or something, and they're kind of like a enshrinement of their time serving there for what they did. So it was really cool. I didn't go look at it. I might look up online to see if I can find anything about it. Most of the thing is, a lot of things in Japan, even though they're well documented, if it's a stone or a marker, it's normally not going to be there for a long period of time, sadly. It's going to mostly be there for like just a quick marker with very little information on it. So it could happen, it could not happen. So we'll see. If the time allows, I might go and visit and see if I can get more information about it. But my next thing is I've actually started the Jikoku tour, which is the Hell tour here in Oita, and it's hot springs. I still have 2 more to go visit as of right now, so I have some video clips that I might put together and just do 5 out of 7 and go back and do just a video on the last 2. I will see. It's more based on time right now. Time has been very kind of limited because I only get 2 days off, and getting paid once a month makes a lot of stress on your wallet. And I've already spent a little bit more money than I wanted to spend this month in my budget that allows. So it's getting there, progressively getting okay. Let's see. And I say a lot, and that's actually because I don't know what to say sometimes. But also, a lot of Japanese say a lot. But they use the word eto. So they say eto, and it's like saying looking for a word to say. So I've literally like been kind of brainwashed into saying it in English now a little bit more. I'm like, crap. So I say a lot more than I should because Japanese say it a lot. In Japanese, I just don't say it in Japanese, I just say it in English. Which is kind of just as bad, but I'm working on it. The problem is since coming to Japan, my speech is actually slowed quite a bit. It doesn't seem like it in this video, but I can tell that my speech is getting slower to compensate for Japanese hearing, as well as when I am speaking, the words I use change. So I don't use big words and everything else like I was using a while ago. So it's dramatically changing how it's running. So, but it is very cool. I love being here. Very interesting every day. I don't know what's watching. That's okay. Fun thing to do. As people don't realize that this is very common in Japan, is that on Sundays, a lot of times you go shopping or spend time with your family if you're not working. Most Japanese men who work in, like, say, a salary job or something like that, a lot of times work 7 days a week, and they go into mindlessly do paperwork. Not as in, like, actually working, as in, like, I'm going in to do paperwork for a couple of, maybe 2, 3, 4 hours, and then go home. So you're wasting the time to go to work for a very short amount of time that doesn't help you at all. Promotion here aren't based on work ethic, they're based on seniority, so you could be the hardest working person in your entire company, and you will not climb that ladder any faster, so there's no real point in doing it. So it's better recommended that you just kind of do your job and you don't really worry about anything else. So the motivation here for a lot of, I would say, Japanese people is very low when it comes to work ethic. It does change. Some jobs it can change, but like my profession as being as a teacher here, it doesn't change. So there's no point in realistically like working 50 hours a week because it won't get me anything. So if I were to put in 2 hours extra a week with not even hardly teaching as is, it'd be more of a waste of time. So that is kind of a transition thing that goes on here in Japan. Jobs are changing. Markets are changing. There's a lot more teaching jobs now than there was, say, like 3-4 years ago. But the pay is not as good. You can go, if you're interested in becoming a teacher here in Japan, I recommend going to gaijinpots.com or going on Interact or going to the JET program. Those kind of jobs will give you a good opportunity to get here. But at the same point, you have to be really open to your work environment, as in working with Japanese with almost no English, speaking to kids, having a good time, that kind of thing. Most of the time it's a little different, so you just have to play it by ear, what you want to do. So, but overall, it's alright. And being a teacher here is not an easy job, but it's a pretty interesting job. So I recommend anyone who wants to come to Japan, it's an easier way to get here than trying to find a business job. Yes. This thing is going to bite me all day. All day this thing's going to bite me, I can tell. This is going to be interesting all day. So, it does happen. Probably when you use apps of any kind, especially a free-based app, it's going to kick you off. I would buy one, but I can't find a live stream app that works decent, so therefore this is kind of the option I have. I'm hoping I can find something a little better in the future. I do live stream on my gaming channel. This is my first channel that I made, and I love my Dragon Goes to Japan channel because it's really fun, it's interesting. It gives me more incentive to go places versus, oh, I'm just going to take a few pictures. Now I'm busy, I'm recording, I'm doing things, I'm talking about it, I'm involving myself educationally in what's going on around it too. So it's not just a double-edged sword, it's a really good idea for myself. But I rather enjoy doing this. I could imagine doing this as a full-time job in the future if I was popular enough for people to like me. But we'll see. Right now, it's kind of what I do in my day job. So, it's interesting though. But overall, pretty interesting. I would have to agree. It is, what time is it? I think it's a little after 1 here in Japan. Maybe 1:30. I don't know. Let me see. It is 1:32 here in Japan. So I just hear little kids run by. It's funny, but always interesting. Most days it's pretty fun. It's hard to just talk about nothing randomly. I need like some kind of subject matter to talk about. Hoping someone would have messaged in by now, or someone would have talked to me as being outside of here, so I have some kind of physical conversation going on. So, but it's a good experience. If someone has a certain time they want me to live stream, I'd love to know that in the comments or something, because I don't know what's convenient for most people. My schedule here is I'm 13 hours ahead of where I live in Japan, so different. So, but it's always interesting. So this is kind of a fun experience for me. Let's see, what else? Besides the fact that it's a sunny day outside, there's not a whole lot going on. I'm watching someone eating udon on my left. It's pretty big noodles, so it's kind of cool. Overall, pretty cool. I just smelled like sucking the thumb that's like 3 years old. It's funny. Some things are very, very funny that I've seen here. Good culture point for this video, if anyone watches this video this far. Okay. Children in Japan are much more attached to their parents early on in their life, as in like attached to their hip up until about the age of 5 or 6. A lot more than I would say American children, who kind of are shown independence. Early childhood, they're taught dependency on their parents almost fully. So a long time it takes for kids to kind of develop a sense of independence, or what's the word I'm looking for? Freedom. So it's a lot different. So very cool still though, culturally, because of that, the kids take care of their grandparents and their parents when they get older. So it's kind of a repetitive cycle. So it does build up a lot of trust and bondage, personal bondage, not bondage, personal bond between each other. So it's kind of interesting, I would say. Let's see. When it comes to overall ideas today, it's a little different. People always give me funny looks, sorry. I always love when people give me funny looks, so it's always interesting. Because I know I'm a foreigner, I stick out, but since I have tattoos and I'm a little bit more, I would say, open-minded about cool things going on around me. It's a little different. So, but when it comes to having fun, this is actually really fun. I enjoy most of the things I do when it comes to my YouTube channel, as well as Japan experiences. One of my favorite things I like to do, I did yesterday, but I like to do, is I like to very, very much go to nabe, which people might not know what nabe is. I'll give a kind of a brief summary. Nabe is where you go to a restaurant, and in front of you is a giant stove, about this big. It's a little burner fueled by propane, and it's like a little grill, and you're given raw meat to grill yourself. No seasonings, just meat. So you cook as much food as you want, cook as much meat as you want. So, and it's a lot of fun. So I enjoy nabe. I recommend anyone who comes to Japan try nabe. About 2 hours you can go ahead and eat everything out. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of fun. So I thoroughly recommend doing that. But that's only if you come to Japan. I haven't seen anything similar. The closest thing I've seen similar in America would be like Benihana's, or I'm from Michigan, so like maybe a Japanese style steakhouse grill. They do the cooking, they put on the show, but here you cook your own food. Which isn't bad, but depends on who the cook is. Sometimes you can burn your food a lot, and really can be rubbery. You can burn meat, especially beef here. It's really sensitive to heat. As in, if you use beef too much, it burns and it's not good. So you must be very careful when cooking your meat during the time. You've seen this tapioca sweet tea pudding behind me. So curious. So lots and lots of things going on. I've been sitting here now for a little over a half hour streaming, and many people have looked at me, but no one has talked to me. So it's been very interesting. So more for the fact because I feel like people want to talk, but they don't know what to say, which does happen. So, but when it comes to having fun live streaming, I've only done a few, so it's a little different. So I'm not pretty used to a schedule or what I should talk about. Mostly because live streams are done and you're doing an activity. And since I don't have good internet, it's very hard to live stream. I'm sure I could do it through my phone, but I can't use comments then because I don't have a way to feed off of the live stream. This way I'm trying to watch the comments if there is any, so people talk or say anything. I kind of know what's going on. So, kind of an interesting summation of the events going on currently. Very difficult. So, but let's see. Besides that, not a whole lot going on. Actually, to my left is a place called Tokyo Hands. Really cool place. Lots of toys, gimmicks, things like that. So, I can see the place is kind of getting empty now, a little bit at a time. So it's 1:40. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut the comments off on my phone so I can save my battery life a little bit. There's a charger here. So my iPad can run for about 8 hours, no problem. My phone, not that long. So, yes. So, but when it comes to being fun and doing cool things, this is, I think, one of the better things I've ever done in my life. There are up and down days. I will tell everybody that. There are some days you just hate being here. I've only had a few of those. It's kind of rare, but it does make life a little difficult when you don't have access to as many things as you had in America. So, I mean, TV shows, internet capability, a nice cushy bed to sleep on. Probably the one thing I miss the most is my bed. To this day, I miss my bed. So, it's a little different. So, just kind of a natural problem though. Apartments in Japan are designed for beds, but they're really expensive. So it depends on how much money you have and where you live. Moving a bed is really hard in Japan. Very expensive. So versus a futon is a couple blankets you can pretty much roll into a big bag and carry everywhere. So It just depends. Pretty busy day in here. So, let's see. No, still nothing. So, but it's working. Live chat idea. One watching now is me. Who's watching me? Are you watching me? I'm watching you. One watching now. Who's watching me? Well, that's cool. I'm glad someone's watching me. But, no, overall, I enjoyed Japan. It's been a very enlightening experience for me. Whether I stay here 5 years is my goal or not, I've learned a lot of very valuable things from here. So, very interesting place. And most people here are very friendly. I'd say a little bit more friendly than Americans. So, very cool, very fun. But if you have anything you want me to talk about, you're curious about Japan, or things in Japan, or things about Japan, do not be afraid to say so in the comments section so I can talk about it. If I have knowledge about it, I can talk about it. So, oh, there is one watching now. Woohoo. So, don't be afraid. If you have a question, person watching now, just say so, please. I need to know what to talk about. And my phone's doing weird things. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Overall, not much going on here in Japan. Yeah, as you can see, my phone's acting funny. It's actually really funny to watch the comments and then watch me broadcast, so it's like 3 or 4 seconds behind of what's going on. So, it's very entertaining to watch. Very cool. But I love Japan. So, anyone who ever says Japanese women are like all the same, no, they're not. They're all different. Especially their attitudes and personalities are all different. So, but overall, pretty nice. One of the weirdest things I'd probably have to say that I've uncovered about Japanese culture is chopsticks. Now, people that know about chopsticks use them sometimes. In Japan, chopsticks do not touch each other when eating food. It's bad karma, it's bad a lot of things. So don't do that. Very negative impact, so try your best not to do things like that. I think what I might do is, a lot of people have done like cultural no-nos and stuff. So like, don't do this in Japan or anything else. I might do something similar to sit down and just write down the 10 things you should not do in Japan. Because there's some things I was a little shocked that they didn't even talk about in other videos. I'm like, I do that sometimes, and people don't like that. So wonder why. So need explanation sometimes for what's going on. But it's a really, really nice day out. I think there's like no one inside today. So a lot different than normal. But it's a small world after all. Overall, for when it comes to technology in Japan, I'll comment on this slightly. It's not as advanced as everyone else. Everyone's like, well, they make stuff here. Yeah, but most everything that's made here is actually outsourced somewhere else and delivered to America or Britain, or first region 1 countries first. Japan is considered a region 2 or second world country. So because of that, all the technology here is not as advanced as, say, America is. Can be an issue, can be a problem, but they're working on it slowly, I would say. But when it comes to games and stuff, no one I think can compete with what they have here. They have game centers, they have games everywhere, but they're about 3 times more expensive than America. So, for example, people who in America like playing the crane games for grabbing stuffed animals and stuff, don't come to Japan and do that. It'll cost you about $400. And that may sound like an exaggeration, but it's not. Every machine here costs $1. There's no 50 cent, there's no quarter, there's no nothing. Everything is $1 to play. And then it might take you 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe $10 to win something that's not even worth 2. At least in America, it's kind of marginalized, it's a little safer. Here, not even close. I know, I've tried to win some and have been very unsuccessful. And my wallet has paid for it as a response. So, but there we go. Someone's watching. Thank you. I like that. So, thank you, whoever just tuned in. If you have anything you want me to talk about from Japan, put it in the comment section below, because I can't read it on my screen. I'm currently at Oita Station in Oita, and thank you for not watching anymore. Well, that's okay. It's gonna happen. Better than nothing. Let's see, what? Yeah, that's kind of about the gist of things. Nothing really crazy going on. But I think I will, yes. I'm going to cut this live stream off in about 11 minutes. I've got about an hour worth. And I wouldn't say unsuccessful, but been not as productive as I had hoped. Hoping more people would be more interested in learning something, so because of that, I might as well call it a wash today, and hopefully someone will comment when they want me to do a live stream or something. Maybe I could try some goofy food, something like everybody else does, but I have a very sensitive palate when it comes to food, so a lot of Japanese food I don't like. So as a result, I make very weird faces or stuff like that. But that's kind of what's going on. So, but that's cool. I don't mind all the fun I'm doing with this, so I will tell you one thing that's very funny about Japan, okay, and I haven't done a video on it, I haven't talked about it yet, is that socially in Japan, Japanese don't realistically talk to foreigners a lot, which I've said that in a few things, but when it comes to when you're talking in public in English, people become very interested but unnerved, as in like, what are you saying, or something like that, because they're curious. They don't understand. So it's kind of an interesting catch-22 for what's going on. So, but overall, very cool, very interesting. Not many problems, I would say, but always very interesting to see people stare at me looking to see what I'm saying, or that kind of thing. So, very loud Japanese today. So that's kind of unusual, but it does happen. But I went from 1 watching to 0, which is okay. Hopefully when I post this, people might watch it. It's going to be really long. So, my first live stream for my Dragon Goes to Japan channel. Hopefully it's very interesting for people. Hopefully they find something valuable out of the information I talked about. If not, well, that's fine too. The vlog I did about my 1 year I thought was very funny. But I'll start doing some other videos soon. Not just travel videos. I need to do some more things to keep myself consistent on my channel. As well as I know people want to know some more things that I don't even know. So I feel like getting more information out there would be very helpful for people. Especially when it comes to traveling to Japan or living here or trying to make the transition to working here. Very, very hard. So, oh look, no one's watching anymore. No one's watching anymore. So, I've quit eating, that's probably why. So, but I think that'll be good actually for this first live stream. I think I'll call this quits. I want to thank anyone who magically tuned in, and thanks a lot. If you have any ideas, put them in the comments section, please. Let me know what you think, what I should maybe do, some ideas, because I need something, what people want to know, what people want to see. So, alright, thanks everyone. I appreciate the support, and I'll catch you all later in the next one.